Welcome to the Hockey in the 313 podcast, where we talk all things Red Wings in the world of NHL. Here are your hosts, Brian Donnelly, Keaton Grazioli, Zach Ola, and Dayton Vandermeer.
Welcome to my podcast. This is my place now. This podcast.
Thrash takeover.
Me and only me.
The Thrash in the 313 podcast.
Oh
everybody.
my gosh, that is such a nice ring to it.
It's got a ring to it.
Logo to you guys ASAP.
Brian, get to work.
Dude's been on here for one podcast, doesn't know how to act.
Oh my god.
Alright. Okay, guys, we're starting episode 18 off with a very fun intro. As you know, there's only 4 of us today. Poor Dayton. He's definitely not feeling the greatest. We told him to, he wanted to take the day off, so all love to Dayton. Hope he's feeling alright. But it's just us 4, so you'll have some very fun experience with just 4 people in here today. As for today's episode, we have quite an interesting one. This is as I told the guys, this is our first episode where we can actually share our thoughts about the Red Wings games that occurred for the past week. We didn't get to do that for last year because everyone, I say everyone as in me, we just did not have the podcast running, and I had school in hockey and just never crossed my mind. But
I don't think I can be blamed for this.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, Thrash is not blamed for this. But yeah, we're, like Zach said earlier, we're hoping to do this all season. I plan to. I'm very excited to do this all season. But yeah, getting back to it, there's 4 preseason games we're going to cover for today against the Blackhawks, Sabres, and then Pittsburgh, and then again at Buffalo. We'll then cover who has looked good so far for the Red Wings and who has looked iffy, like the good and the bad, that kind of substandard stuff. And then we'll talk about what can we expect for the next few preseason games to look at. Is there anyone that's going to break out? Is there going to be any change in the roster? Will we see some unexpected roster cuts? Will we see a player that isn't getting cut yet, that is still up with the Red Wings? We'll see with that one. And then finally, we'll end off a little bit of a fun note. The Tigers, after a horrible September, have finally clinched the MLB playoffs and will be playing the Cleveland. Almost said the Indians. Holy crap! I might get canceled. Might get canceled. We'll be playing the Cleveland Guardians in the playoffs come, I think that's Saturday, if I remember correctly. So yeah, just a nice.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get hurt.
Yeah, I am too. I might be a waste of a week, but it's fun to see October baseball for the Tigers again, and probably the last time I'll see Scooble ever pitch in the Tigers uniform. So.
He's a free agent until next offseason at least, so.
That's a whole different can of worms. So
yeah.
let's hope he comes back, man. I praise. But yeah, let's kick things off for episode 18 of the Hockey in the 313 podcast. We also should have Thrash's audio up to par this time. We did not test that.
That was my fault.
Yes.
So, it's on. This, not the previous podcast. That was I'll take the blame on that.
We got it all figured out though, so we're glad to have Thrash back on here again. Filling in for Dayton, we should say.
I am Dayton now. That's just.
Hey, he's Red Wings coverage now.
Oh my god. I'm sure Dayton wouldn't mind that. All right, fellas, let's kick things off now. So the Red Wings had their first preseason game against the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh my god. It felt so nice to see Little Caesars Arena again and see that Hockey Town logo at center ice, fellas. Oh my god. We are back. We are back. So like I told the guys before we started recording, there was 3 goal scorers for the Wings that night. One player that we'll definitely talk about for a lot is Emmett Finney. Got on the board Carter Mazur and Nate Danielson, and then Costa started in net. Fellas, let's start things off with the Chicago game. What were your thoughts on that one? Like, just first game. I mean, we're so happy to see the Red Wings again.
All right, I'll start off. It was a really good showing by a lot of this was obviously more of like an AHL lineup. We had guys like Comfer and Bergeron in, kind of did their thing, kind of got their reps on the ice, so they were there. But man, did we see a lot of young promise with a lot of young guys, especially if we're talking about 2 main guys in this game, Danielson and Emmett Finney. Like, Danielson, he has looked really incredible. I'm really impressed with his puck moving and his ability to shoot the puck. Emmett Finney, dude might make the team. I I think McClellan was really impressed with how he looked in training camp and then how he looked in the red and white game. He had him on the first line for all those. So, and continuing in the preseason too, he's had him on that first line, whether it be the AHL lineup or the NHL NHL regulars with Raymond and Larkin. They I feel like McClellan has a lot of trust in him, and that's saying a lot from a late round pick. And I think overall the game was really good. It was pretty evenly matched. I feel like the Red Wings took away. I feel like they just had a little bit extra oomph to them in that game towards the end, and they kind of got a little bit lucky with Finney's goal. But other than that, hockey's back. I love seeing the logo at center ice. Probably the best center ice logo right now in the NHL. It's 10 out of 10. Can't be complaining whatsoever.
One thing I will say, Finney looked great. Danielson looked great. Shout out to MBN to assist that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll push for a spot right now, but if there's an injury down the line, I think he's one of the first people you got to call up, especially if he's hot in the Griffins. Like, there's some excitement coming with a lot of these young guys, right? Obviously, we have Finney who might make the team, but if, say, somebody does get hurt, there's options now. Like, it's not just like, well, I guess we're calling up Austin Watson. It's not. Don't get, I love Watson.
Oh, Watson's a beauty.
Love the guy. But, like, if there's skill that needs to be replaced, we have skill to replace it. So that is a really exciting thing to have. One more thing. Kosa, that game I didn't think looked too bad. He didn't, like, it wasn't outstanding. There was that one goal from Bedard, which, like, who's saving that anyways?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it's Bedard. But overall, I thought he looked okay that game. We'll talk about the other one a little bit later where I think he looked pretty poor. But if this is what's going to be happening with Kosa, with the inconsistency, he's got to stay down another year and probably... man, I'm starting to feel like Trey might be the way.
Yeah, so, I will be honest, I only mostly paid attention to the first two games, but, I will say, I thought it was a classic Todd McClellan game where we're out shooting the opponent by a lot, yet the score says it's tied or whatever.
Feels like the exact opposite of when Gru was on the bench, right? Where we would be outshot by 40 every game, but somehow we're still staying in it. Now we
we would just be really lucky, yeah.
I also like shots too. That was a big thing where it's like we were able to actually put the puck on net and actually shoot the damn puck.
Yeah. So oddly enough, the player that I really wanted to watch was Carter Bear. This was his first time really playing in a game since I want to say early March because of that. I think he cut his Achilles or something. That obviously sidelined him out for a while. I mean, I was a little bit so and so on him, but it's his first game in a while, and I thought he got better as the game went along. I thought his pace got a little bit better, and that motor got better as the game went on. But once again, I would like to see him back at Everett for the next season, the WHL. And obviously, the main talk of the town right now is Emmett Finney. I've been really interested in this kid. I know a lot of people have been saying like he's a steal, and I think it's been showing, especially because in the WHL he had 84 points in 55 games, which is a breakout year as captain Kamloops, and I got to check out a little bit of his games here and there, and what I like about him was his aggressiveness and his puck IQ. And I think that was shown in the preseason game where he had that nice between the legs pass for an assist on the major goal. And I remember he dove all out for a poke check against Connor Bedard. We were obviously going crazy for that. So I think I'm not sure if he's gonna make it, but he's a interesting bet as well. And then going towards Danielson, I was really impressed with him the first two games. You can definitely see his speed and skill along with his shot as well. I like the way how he attacked the middle. I thought he was great at putting pressure, and I think he has the makings of maybe, I guess, a middle six center for us. But like I said, I'm right now unsure whether these guys will make it because, we didn't give Casper a chance last year, and I thought obviously Casper should have made it, but I mean, they'll probably be first call ups when we have an injury.
Okay, to kind of backtrack on your thing, I think also you look at the staff that we had last year too. I think Grew was reluctant to have these guys up. I think McClellan is going to give every guy the same amount of opportunity to make this lineup, especially Emmett Finney and Danielson. I think if anyone's going to be pushing for a roster spot, it's those two, and he'll make room. I feel like he is the guy that doesn't care, if you were signed last week, 2 months ago, he's going to make room. And I feel like a lot of guys right now, maybe even current roster guys like a Jonathan Berggren, Comfort too, might be losing your spot on the team. And I'm all for it. I think maybe sometimes you got to make a move to get these younger guys in, and maybe they don't do as well, sure, but at least they're, getting that experience in the show, because, burying them in the A is not going to do anything, and you've seen that throughout Yzerman's tenure, is leaving guys in the AHL for too long is going to hurt them, a.k.a. Berggren. That's hurt him in his career, and I feel like that's going to hurt Kosa down the line as well, and we've seen that already.
One thing I do want to say, if it's okay, sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, you're good.
About Carter Bear, I didn't touch on him, led the entire forward group in time on ice that game, in his first game since, I think it's in March.
Yeah,
so they really stressed him on the ice to make sure that he was doing good. He blocked shots, he threw some hits, and he played 21 minutes in his first game.
I was about to say, too, his defensive game looks amazing.
Yes.
That's what I like him for.
Offensively, I don't think that there was
there.
Really but his two-way game, outstanding. And then just one quick note on Danielson, looked really good on the face-off in the taking the draw that game. I think he was 6 for 8 or 7 for 10 or something like that. I think it was 75%. So.
I just want to do a quick shout out to Shai Buyum as well. I was really impressed with his play, and oh, sorry, I was trying to think. I think he got hurt as well. I forgot which game it was.
I think he's okay though.
Oh.
I think I never saw that he went down with injury.
Oh, I thought I saw something that he went down with injury or something.
I didn't see anything. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if he did, it must have not been, too dangerous. Overall, fellas, that was. I mean, you all nailed it on the head. I think with that one, that was a very nice showing of the prospects. I like Thrash said. I mean, Carter Bear. I mean, you're throwing that guy out in a scenario where I think he's never been in before. I mean, this dude's used to playing with guys his own age, and you're going up against. I mean, say what you will about the Blackhawks, it's still a professional hockey team. He's not playing players like that in the dub. So I think getting him that taste of quote unquote AHL hockey was good for him, and it's really nice to see a prospect that we just drafted come up and look that good. I mean, again, offense
and confident.
Exactly. But yeah, overall, I thought that was a very good first game to watch. The second game, however, very, very fun to watch. We had a 5-2 win against Buffalo. The goal scorers were Andrew Kopp, Dylan Larkin, Mason Appleton got on the board on a really nice goal. Thrash mentioned it as well, but MBN looked good, and he got on the score sheet with that one. Mo got in on another goal. Talbot and Postova played it for this game. I can't remember if Talbot started and then Postova came in, but I mean, this was a very NHL heavy lineup, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Finney was on the top line for this game as well.
On the top
yes.
line.
So
he's played in all the games so far.
In a very heavy NHL lineup, Finney looked right in place. I want to jump to it already. He almost had a goal on Alexander Georgiev on that one-on-one, and he just...
yes, I remember that.
If he got the puck a little bit higher, he would have had it.
His positioning, I want to say, right place, right time. That's all you need to be successful sometimes. And just the way that he's able to get to the right place at the right time, he looks very comfortable with Larkin and Raymond. And I don't know if, like, he was doing summer training with them during the summer, but he looks very comfortable with them. And like Brian said, like, for a heavy NHL lineup, that's great. And then I want to touch on too, penalty kill has looked a lot better.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think
Can't get much worse than what it was last year.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
it was
a
like-
lot of people will
Yeah.
say that, but that was rock bottom.
Historically bad.
Trent Yanni definitely has turned around this PK. I really love Appleton. I think that addition, and you saw in that shorthanded goal, he has the offense if you give him time and space. And I really like, even though it's subtle, his defensive game is really good. I love that him and Kopp have that kind of connection, especially from playing in Winnipeg together. I think that line's gonna be really phenomenal this upcoming year with him and Appleton if they do decide to keep them on a line. I think not only defensively for those two, but I think also offensively just because they have that connection. But
I
holy
think
crap!
you need that with the defensive thing that you said. Like, it's almost like football. Like, even though the offensive linemen don't get a lot of stats on the play sheet, their role is critical. I think that's kind of the same thing you can put in with Appleton. Like, maybe he doesn't get on the score sheet, but you have guys like Kane, DeBrincat, Casper, Larkin, Raymond, all those guys that get on the score sheet. You need some people who can get into the dirty areas and play well defensively, because that goes a long way for your goal scorers to get up the ice and make opportunities. So, I mean, like Keegan said, Appleton has looked great. I've loved how he's looked so far. And something that I kind of forgot to mention, but I'll touch on it because, I mean, this is the win. These were both the wins from the Red Wings preseason, because I don't think I'll talk about it for the two losses. I haven't felt this good watching prospects ever. Like, in my lifetime, like, seeing guys like MBN, Bouillon, Bear, Finney, Lombardi, name all the prospects that you want, maybe besides Kosa for right now. But just, I have never felt this good, like, looking at this team and saying, man, we really have a bright future. Like, I know we all know it, but watching these players play, it just ultimately confirms, like, how we're feeling about it.
I want to also touch too. They look a step faster, and I think also that comes with having a coach that has expectations for their players and wanting them to do obviously make the postseason. And I think McClellan knows that there's that expectation this year. It may not be said, but it's there, and the players feel it. I think they all have that gear of wanting to make that push, and they look faster. They look like they're more aggressive when it comes to getting after the puck, going into the corners and battling, taking shots on net. That's one thing, especially from the last game that they carried over. They're getting 40 to 50 shots on net. Yeah, granted, that's obviously more towards an AHL team, like with AHL goalies, but you're putting up 40 to 50 shots. That's really good showing, especially on our end.
It is Buffalo.
It's Buffalo, however.
You
It's
said
Buffalo,
an
but they
AHL
also have-
It's basically an AHL team.
They did have two kind of like, we'll call them NHL goalies, and Georgiev and Lyon. Lyon played his fair share with the
Lyon
Red
played well.
Wings. Yeah. And then
Miss him.
Georgiev, as terrible as he was last year, he did have a stint with the Avs where he looked good. So, I mean, yeah, Buffalo is definitely a bona fide AHL team, but
Just quickly, I remember Dane telling me this. He said, I think McClellan said this or whatever. Like, he said that like he wanted our PK to be much more aggressive, and he definitely seen that so far with the preseason. Because I felt like we were definitely kind of a bit passive in the PK, and now that we're kind of a little bit more man to man ish, yeah, that's definitely gonna put on some pressure for teams, and hopefully we can just capitalize on those mistakes as well.
It's preseason is the thing, so like we gotta kind of temper our expectations and our excitement, but it's hard not to be excited because when you watch the games, and I know it's been a while since we've seen Red Wings hockey, so we're just happy to see it, but they're doing the right things. It's preseason, but it's not just the NHLers that are doing the right things. We have the young kids coming in and doing the right things, and that's all credit to McClellan. So, one person I need to give a shout out to is JBD.
Oh, yes,
Great
yes,
play
yes.
In the offensive zone there to set up a goal. I really like JBD. I do.
He looks
I want
phenomenal.
him- I mean, he's got to be overhauled, right? He's got to be overhauled.
He's going to be overhauled,
He's gotta be.
and I will mention this too. Travis Hamonic hasn't looked bad.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. Don't
yeah.
do
That is way
Just
too early.
let's-
Way too early.
Yeah.
In the preseason,
Keegan,
he hasn't done
we will
anything wrong.
We will wait
Mhm.
to confirm that once we get 10 games down the line and Travis
Yes.
Hamonic coughs up 2 pucks in front for like, fucking, yeah, I'm
Do we not all
not.
remember when Justin Hall made his debut with the Red Wings and led the entire league in plus minus for 2 weeks?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I remember that.
That was against the Flames or something. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
that
great
awesome
for a
assist.
little
Dude.
Oh my God.
So
Ugh.
let's dial it back on him for now. Also, no one's talked about him, but Elmer Soderblom's looked really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how have we not?
Put
dude?
him on
I mean,
top line.
like, dude,
The Finney's not there.
yeah,
Oh,
seriously. I've expressed my love for like Soderblom so much, even when he had that, that fall from grace when he played in at the start and then went back to down to the Griffins. Even when I'm watching him in Grand Rapids, I'm like, this guy will be back up in the Wings with no problem. Like, he has just done everything right.
Not to mention his size. Like, you put him in front of the net on the power play, dude, unmovable.
And
Like,
he has the hands to be able to make plays in front of the
His
net
ha-
too, is the thing, right? So I think he has to be on the team.
and I will say this: his shot got a lot better in the offseason too. I saw the clips in training camp. His shot is he looks faster. He looks like he has more control over the puck. And he looks confident scoring goals. That's what you love to see, especially for a guy who's almost like what 6'8".
Yeah, he's I'm pretty sure 7
This is
foot
6'8",
6 now.
Brian.
It just keeps going up.
Very off topic, but I think I showed Zach this. I sent like the Young Guns checklist for this upcoming season. I still think Elmer Soderblom does not have a Young Guns yet, which is very weird because does he? Oh, he might. I think he does.
He's gotta.
I think he does. Because
Yeah.
he made his debut 2 years ago. I think he has to.
22.
I
I
haven't
think.
found
Yeah.
it yet. I have not found it yet. So scratch whatever I said. But that was just a thought process of mine. Moving away from the 2 wins, we get into the ugly. We have the 2 losses that will kind of both reflect on these, just because I feel like they were very similar games, like just blah AHL lineups with that just didn't look the greatest. The first loss was against Pittsburgh. How about John Leonard, AHL legend, getting 2 goals? The only goal.
Brother of Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, Gibson made his start. He looked pretty good, and then
Oh
again,
yes.
phenomenal.
I loved Gibson.
Postova came in yet again. I don't remember much from this game, honestly, rather than the John Leonard 2 goals. The game that I think we do need to touch up on a lot, and I think Thrash will express it a ton, is the 5-2 loss against Buffalo. Again, there's a couple like Red Wings and like from last year in the lineup, but man, again, like I'll let Thrash take the floor with that one, so I won't get into too much. But overall, like, what are your guys' thoughts on the 2 losses from this?
Okay, so I want to just touch up on like more positives from these 2 losses, and then we can get to the negatives. So, John Gibson, the real deal. He looks very comfortable, especially since I think Todd said something about how Yanni, he was like one of his coaches when he was younger, or somewhere in Anaheim, but just like having some familiarity with coaching and what the coach expects out of the players to help the goaltender. I think that helps a lot with Gibson. He looked very comfortable, not afraid to throw some punches either, especially if he gets run over. Love to see it. Love to see a little bit of grittiness with our goaltenders. And then that's pretty much all I have for the Pittsburgh game. And then for the Buffalo game, DeBrincat, Casper, Kane, that line looks as comfortable as ever. That connection is going to be there this year, and I'm really hoping that not only does Casper have a breakout year, but that's one of our big top underrated lines this year as well. So,
well, we need that to happen, right? If we can take some pressure off the Larkin line, allow them to be a little bit more open offensively with Kane and Casper and whatnot getting a little bit more ice time, that's really going to help out everyone. But the good was the Casper, DeBrincat, Kane line. The bad was the goaltending with Sebastian Cossa, in my opinion, for that last game. Not everything was his fault. He did bounce back with a couple good saves after allowing a couple weak goals, but overall, he just didn't look comfortable in the net, in my opinion. He didn't look bad the first game he was in, but this one, it felt like he allowed a bad one, and that allowed the other team to just kind of get in his head. He didn't seem to find his game throughout the entire game, which is concerning considering where we're at with his development. Well, I also say, sorry if cut you off. Just
No, that was perfect timing for what you're talking about. But
I forget. I don't know who. I'm looking at the lineup for that game, and there was someone who was all over the ice, and I have no idea where they're from or who they are in Seager.
Oh yeah.
He didn't look that. I don't know. I feel really dumb for not knowing who this is. I feel stupid, but he didn't look bad on the ice. Let me see.
Yeah, I think Keegan was talking to someone, so take your
my
time.
brother, my brother walked in. Sorry, but what was the?
I was saying Gabe Seager looked really good, and I have no idea who he is.
I have no idea who he is. I think he's just like one of those prospects like drafted in the later rounds. But
I for whatever reason, it just seemed like I noticed him every time he was on the ice.
yeah, I will say
Randomly.
at least our prospects, like even if it's like lower end prospects, you know, they're showing up and they're competing, and I think that's what you want. Whether it's a guy that was selected in the 7th round, or if it's a guy that was selected in the 2nd or 1st round, like all these guys are competing. They're not just giving up. In the Pittsburgh game, what was his name? 43. He's wearing Helm's old number.
Christensen.
Was it? He looked really good. A couple really good goals on his end. But yeah, I think goaltending, like Kosa, definitely concerning, especially against Buffalo. But I think if he's in the AHL and he starts to struggle, you maybe have to look at moving him, or you have to look at Trey Augustine, who, you know, might have to jump ships a little bit, and maybe that might be a hard pill to swallow, especially since there's been this, well, like, you know, one's got to work out. I think we're getting to the point where I think one's coming in and the other's getting shipped out.
We have one season. We have to look at it this way. We have Gibson next year, or like we'll have him one more year. We'll have the next guy will be the backup in my opinion. So whether that's Kosa or Trey or
whoever,
Miller, who knows? One of them.
Sioux Greyhounds legend.
Yeah, one of them has got to be the next guy, and then it's time to start moving on here. So I'm not willing to give up on Kosa yet because it's one bad game, right? Like
in the preseason.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, like, say midway through the season, if things aren't picking up and it's just not looking great, and I will say he didn't have bad numbers last year or anything, but nothing that
The
really
second
makes
half, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, the second half when I was watching the Griffins, it
was
just
abysmal.
wasn't good. The playoffs was terrible.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hated watching it.
I felt like he was letting out so much rebounds.
It'll be an interesting start to the year in Grand Rapids. I will be keeping an eye on that for sure, because if it doesn't go well, I mean, it's going to be a real interesting development. Whether they keep him, they move him, whether he loses a starting spot, there's going to be a lot of talk about it. But again, this is one game, and I don't, as bad as it was, I don't want to be like, it's over for Kosa. He had a bad game. Huh. If that was the case, we would never have a goalie in Detroit.
That sounds a lot like our group chat right now.
Oh
Even
God,
though it's
Thrash, you don't wanna
sarcastic.
go through that.
Even if it's sarcastically, but honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of positives in GR this year. I think we're going to get a lot of reinforcements. I think maybe we might lose a couple guys to the show, but I think we're going to get a good amount of reinforcements to help this team out this year. And I think maybe you might have a couple call-ups, but I don't think it's going to fully affect the team. I think you're going to have a very well-balanced young team that's going to at least have some decent chemistry coming in.
I definitely like kind of what Thrash said. Like, it's not an overreaction in the sense that, Kosa's done for. He had a terrible game against a preseason team. Like, let's throw him to Edmonton again. I have always been a big Kosa believer, but it's like Thrash said, like, you have to see the signs when you have to see the signs. Like, if you have to buy it when his value is the highest it will be, you got to do it. Like, if Edmonton's calling you and offering a good amount for Kosa, stop. Don't. If they're calling you for a good offer and it's something that you have to take, then do it. If you get midway through the season in Grand Rapids and Kosa's numbers doesn't stick out, like I'd even say if his numbers are the same, I think he has to have that next step, showing the Red Wings, I should not be down here for another season. Like, you have to be mad that you're down there. I think the answer will come midway through the season towards the end. And I hope the Griffins, and I think the Griffins will, make the playoffs for the AHL. I think with the new AHL rule, they should. But, I mean, God, if they don't, and some of that's put on the coast, I think you got to see the signs with that one, especially with Trey Augustine coming up, and a guy that we're going to get into for a minute. I know he's not on the younger side, but he definitely has looked good in Michael Postovo or Landon Miller, or name a goalie prospect in the Red Wing system, because, I mean, goalies are voodoo. Anything can happen with them. But I think you have
Rudy
to see
Guimond.
Yes, that was the name I was trying to think of who it was, but they are voodoo. You never know what will happen. All right, fellas. So let's jump into the next topic right now, and I think the topic of it all is we're 4 games in. Let's not have an overreaction, but let's also have an overreaction. Who has looked good through these games and who has looked bad? I think we all can start off with the number one who has looked good and who we are cheering and praising for to make this NHL roster. We talked about him a little bit. Emmett Finney, man. I mean, shout out to Dayton because he preached this guy to us as soon as he was drafted. Immediately became Dayton's favorite prospect. He noticed him in the WHL, and he said the scoring touch really isn't there. But, oh, my God, after his draft plus 1 year, he really broke out for Camp Lewiston with his captain season. And even getting called back up to the Griffins that season, he had half a point a game in the 10 games that he did with the Griffins, and he looked very comfortable in the Griffins organization. I mean, Keegan said it earlier. His training camp looked phenomenal, and the first couple games he has been with the Red Wings right now, you threw that guy literally to the wolves in the fact that you're putting him up with arguably your 2 best players, and he looked good. Like, I can go on and on about Finney. I'll let you guys take the floor with that one. But, I mean, guys, what are your thoughts on Emmett Finney so far?
I'm going to say a meme that I made, but absolute Finnima. Absolute cinema. Like, this guy has
cringing at the moment, by the way.
my bad. But no, he looks just so comfortable, and like I said before, Todd, like McClellan, has really preached how he likes this kid, how he likes his worth ethic. And there's a quote where it's like, some guys, are just here getting their reps in, and just whatever, and then there's guys trying to make a name for themselves and really pushing themselves. Finney is one of those guys, and I think he has a lot of trust in Finney. I think he has a lot of confidence that this kid is is a steal in the making and can be a full-time NHLer. And I think not only does he believe that, but I think other people in the organization are finally seeing that, and it's like, hey, like, some of these guys, or mainly Finney, like, the dude in his draft plus 1 year put up, was it like, I think Zach said it, like 85 points.
That was in his plus 2.
Oh, that's plus 2 year. But anyway, like, the guy knows how to ball. And I think, looking at it, he has every opportunity, especially with these last couple preseason games. They're going to be making cuts at some point for a lot of the major guys. If he's in the final preseason game, in the final cut of games, there's I want to say at least an 80% chance that this kid's going to make the roster. I really love how he skates. I love how he positions himself on the ice. Like I said before, right place, right time. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Not to mention his defensive game, too. You looked at, obviously, the play he made against Bedard. One of the best lethal shooters in the game right now. Or younger shooters in the game. Dude just knows how to, I can't say enough. I'm so hyped. I really hope this kid makes it.
He will 100% be in that final preseason game, by the way. Like, it's not an if. Like, he will be. Like, it's going to happen. Not gonna, after the next game, they're not going to be like, hey, you looked great for the last 3 games, but not enough. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be there. Nate will be there. The guys who are fighting are going to be fighting to the very end, and I think Todd is going to give them, like you said, every single opportunity. I'm going to switch real quickly and just say someone who's bad. I don't... JT Comfer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing cardio.
Unk's been falling off.
Cardiologist right here, dude. Oh my God, like they preached it last year. If there's a stat for JT Comfort,
Yeah. I
straight
think
cardio.
Jay Fresh had that.
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
and it sucks because the Michigan fan in me like loved his film at Michigan and loved how he played in his years with Colorado. But man, what is going wrong with this dude?
You
It's
can't put the puck in
bad.
the net.
It's not even that. Just everything he does. You know the phrase like Midas touching everything turns to gold. Everything he touches turns to shit, dude. Like I can't express how bad his analytics are. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. I mean, oh my god.
Like
I
if,
mean
if
that sucks because Comfort, I think he had like 50-ish points in his first year in Detroit, and I thought he looked really aggressive on the PK, which he's kind of known for. So yeah, that contract's been kind of looking like a disaster.
Agreed. I want to
this-
also.
are-
Oh, sorry. Go
Are we
ahead.
putting Comfort on the fourth line though? Like
Oh.
that's where he's playing right now.
Yeah,
Like if
fourth line.
he's your fourth line center. Do you want him on your fourth line center, or do you want to give a kid a chance? You know what I mean?
That also wouldn't be that bad, if we.
Oh, if we have him
to
there,
give
that's
our
great.
depth.
Like our depth is amazing.
Well, I also wanted to touch this too. A guy that hasn't looked really impressed me, Berggren. I
He had
think
a
I
nice
think
shot, the one goal, and then since then, yeah, in the preseason,
Yeah.
I honestly think this is his make or break. He signed that 1-year extension, but they could look at Danielson and be like, hey, like this kid has a lot more upside than a Berggren. Let's give him another chance somewhere else. I think it's gonna get to that point at some point. I think we might see it in the final preseason game. If Berggren isn't playing or Berggren doesn't really stand out against more heavier NHL lineups in preseason, I think his chance in either the NHL or even in North America might be done.
I think another team will give him a shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. If you send him to San Jose, he's getting that top 6 or top 9 role that the Red Wings aren't
Is that
giving
just
him.
what we're doing? Is we're
Maybe
just sending people to
Pittsburgh,
San Jose?
whatever.
No,
Oh.
no,
It's a
Give
new
him to, like-
take him to Detroit meme. Insert.
no.
Yeah, what we had Sedina, Austin. I don't want to talk.
Wallman.
I don't want.
No.
Stop.
No.
I was gonna say send him to like Nashville or something.
Oh, that too. yeah.
Insert team that needs an upgrade on the top 6 and will take anything, like a Seattle role. With,
Oh yeah, Seattle.
I want to say, because of Berggren, fuck this guy. I sent it to the group chat before. Sorry for being so derogatory, but I mean, I think I showed you guys this. I posted with Emmett Finney looking very impressive already for the Wings. Is it too early to say he can push out Berggren out of the lineup? This dude named Bear Alamus says, who writes for this page? And then he says, do you even watch the games? Are you watching the games? I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to kick someone out of the lineup. I mean, if with the right amount of, if you have someone who's looking very good and you have someone who's meh, hasn't had expectations, who do you want to see? A player that keeps getting meh? Or do you want to see what the other players got? So, sorry for being... That dude just really pissed me off. But anyway, besides all that fact, I think Berggren is definitely the most expendable guy right now. Unfortunately, as it is, I don't think you're going to move a comp for contract. If you are trying to put in a player, you are not moving him.
Send him
Berggren-
Seattle will
Only
take
the
the middest players.
Seriously. I think Berggren is that perfect player where GMs will look at him and say, I can fix him or I can change him, and they will take a chance on it. Or insert a... What's it called? What's that phrase that people use whenever you're a mid-tier team? Why am I blanking on it? No man's land. If you're a no man's land team, and you need something to go your way, take a Berggren. I mean, he's only making $1 million for a year. If it works out for them, good for you. If it doesn't, you just send him to free agency. I don't think it's really that crazy. If Berggren keeps his pace and where he's not doing good, and you got a guy like Nate Danielson and Emmett Finney who are showing these next level steps, kick his ass out of the lineup. I mean, there's going to be a team that takes a chance on him, and I loved Jonathan Berggren on the Griffins. He's been one of my favorite players, but just ever since he's got to the NHL, I feel like he's just basically just a stopgap at this point, and it sucks because of how young he is. I think it is time to move on from him. I really do, and I'm preaching to the choir for that. I hope we do. Another thing I wanted to add on to Comfort real quick though, maybe it's that like system change. I mean, maybe this is a player that isn't benefiting from McClellan's system and benefited more in the loan system, which I don't know how that would be possible, but I mean, it's something to address, and maybe he's just. I mean, ever since he signed here, I mean, it was screaming that he was not going to produce like he was in Colorado. But I mean, Kopp.
He was also playing with McKinnon too, so it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Kopp has found his way, so you can't really make that excuse that he's not doing well. Like Kopp
Exactly.
has found his way. But yeah. Okay. And then we'll kick things off with the second to last subject. What can we expect for these next few preseason games? Who do we think? I think Thrash has already kind of nailed it down a little bit, but is anyone going to break out and fight for a chance to make the team? Do you think that there's going to be any expected cuts or send downs that we weren't expecting, or some that some players are staying up that we thought were going to get sent down? What are your guys' thoughts with that?
So I was listening to the 32 Thoughts podcast, and what Elliot Friedman was saying is like, listen or watch the final preseason games, week 2 of preseason, because that's when teams are gonna play their NHL squads or whatever. And I think this is gonna be a good test to see how our rookies will pan out and see where everything stands. I'd say probably the top 2 guys right now. I'd say obviously Finney and Danielson. Like I said, I've been really impressed with their games. And also shout out to Michael Brandsegg Nygaard. I've been getting a little bit of his D minus or his D0 year throughout these games. Like when I thought last year when he was at Skellefteå, I thought he was kind of more limited in his role, and maybe that's just because of the SHL. And I mean, his team was like one of the best they're competing. But, like I'm getting some of his Hockey Allsvenskan vibes. He's hitting a lot and like pinning guys to the boards, and he's scoring these goals in a vintage way with that shot. So I don't know if he'll make a spot because of those other guys, but I mean I'm hoping for a big year in the AHL for him at the very least.
So expected cuts, I think Bears going to go back to the W. I think we all know that, but I do think he has a really good shot at it next year. And that's just my opinion. I think if he has a really solid year and then goes to GR, pops off, I think he has a really good chance on his end. I think we'll finally be blessed to have Justin Hall sent down to the A. I'm really hoping that happens. But I think obviously you nailed it. I think Danielson and Finney are the 2 guys that are gonna really stand out, be really pushing for a roster spot. I think Pellikka, I think we all talked about, or I think we mentioned it, is that maybe he doesn't look as comfortable in the North American ice yet, so I think maybe another year in GR might help him kind of just develop his game overall. He obviously the offense is there. We know he's going to take the shots. We know he's going to be that guy that's going to be looking for the shot first, which I love that mentality as a defenseman. You kind of need that sometimes. But I think he's going to need another year. I think Kosa is on the 50-50. I think maybe they look at him a little bit, but I think just in the sense of where this team is at, you're trying to make postseason. I don't think you're going to really want to put a rookie goaltender in unless there's injuries. I think he gets the call up, but other than that, I think he's going to be sent down. I think that's a pretty unanimous thing that I think a lot of us agree on. But other than that, I think a lot of guys are just going to get sent down. I feel like we're going to carry a lot more defensemen than we should. I think Bernard Docker, I feel like 100% makes this roster. I feel like he just looks very comfortable. He looks the way that he skated. And it is only one preseason game, but I think he looked very phenomenal and very much an upgrade over Justin Hall. So I think I would expect him to play with Gustafsson or...
Pylon is an upgrade on Justin Hall is the problem. Comparing him to Justin Hall, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would do better and I can't skate. But I think overall he looks like an upgrade on Hamonic as well, right? And also, I don't know, I haven't really thought about Johansson at all this preseason.
Oh,
yeah.
Not at all. Which is that could be a good thing.
it's a really good thing.
I heard Max Boltman was praising him.
Yeah,
So,
Albert Johansson, right?
yeah.
Okay.
HO, yeah.
So
But also, Anton's
Has
in,
Anton played?
Anton's
I don't think he's
in
played
that.
yet.
Sweden again,
He's,
right?
yeah, he's in Lexington again.
So I think what I've seen and heard about Johansson is people are really liking how he looks offensively and he really looks defensively. I know McClellan kind of touched on like he had his rookie ups and downs last year, but it's
Understandable too.
and it's about readjusting and coming in with expectations this training camp, and we get better from there. And I think he's really taken that to heart, and he looks a lot better. He looks a lot more comfortable with the puck, taking up the ice. He looks a lot more comfortable making plays, which is great because obviously you saw like flashes of what he can be from last year, and obviously rookie mistakes happen. I think we can all remember the stoppage he had on McDavid that one year, and it's like absolute cinema. But
We are always glazing that clip.
but I think they really are really high on him in the sense of he's gonna play a bigger role in this team, whether they flip him around on that third line of the defensive pairings, or you have him on that second pairing with Edvinsson. I think they're really high on how he's progressed so far in this offseason.
I was gonna say, do we have him playing next to Simon, or are we giving somebody else a shot like a JVD?
I think they're gonna keep the lines going that they had last year, and whatever works or whatever
Yeah, obviously
adjustment.
we'll see mix and matching. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it
That's
happens.
with every NHL team, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Keegan said, you'll have those expected cuts where the fact that some of the junior guys will be sent back down. We're obviously hoping for Justin Hall to get sent down, which I think he will. It's going to be one of Hamonic and Hall, and as much as we're going to clown on Keegan for saying Hamonic has looked good, it's better than what Hall has looked like. So anything you can get from it is good, but you have to have that bigger sample size for Travis Hamonic before anything starts to get better. I speak for all of us when we hope to the fact that we find a way that Finney gets in the lineup. And even if he doesn't, at least he gets the opportunity to play on that top line with the Griffins next year and have that, he just literally came out of the blue. Like you have another player in your system on the forward core that you can have on that lineup, which is going to get really iffy down the line when you have guys like Rasmussen and Comfort. I mean, given some of those guys will be off the books. But you're going to need those guys to get off the books in order for these younger guys to get on. I mean, I'm not ready for it, but I mean, Kane's not going to be around for much longer. So, I mean, he's another.
I wanted to say too is like that also leads to different prospects come over. Like we have Bunchenkov still. He's going to come over, and
He
I
had
think
a great game.
yeah, he had a hat
I
trick.
already got a hattie, yeah.
5 points.
Wow.
Five?
Like,
5-point game.
God. And you got a guy like Jesse Kiskinen, who everyone knows that's my favorite prospect. Keep tabs on him because he's a damn good player. You have all these players, which you're going to have to.
Furchek. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Should be in Windsor, man. I don't like what they're doing
Yeah.
with development right now, if I'm being honest. It's his choice, of course. Like,
Mhm.
he's over there.
Dude, he'd be awesome at Windsor.
I would love to see him in Windsor.
Send Gavin McKenna to Windsor.
Why not? Yeah, do it. Why not? Hey.
We're getting crazy. Let's send Gavin McKenna.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just send the entire 2025 class to Windsor, just so Thrash can be happy.
I agree. I can watch the games, for the next couple months. I'm down. Let's do it. My podcast, and now this is my team. All right, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking outside the box now. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I mean, overall, we'll get back to it next week as well with some of the games. Then we'll have a clear vision of, who's playing, who's not, who's getting sent down, all that stuff and in between. But, I mean, we're all pulling for Danielson and Finney, man. And let's hope we can see a little bit of movement for some of our current players, not sticking with, oh, they'll take another year. Oh, we have to see if they'll, if they get another year development. Fuck it, dude. I mean, it's the 100th year for the Red Wings. Let's change things up. Let's get crazy, Find out what some of these prospects are made of, even if it's for 9 games. If they don't look well in the 9 games, guess what? Send them back down. If they look good, keep them up for a little bit longer. Burn that extra year burn that entry-level contract first year, and, go with it, man. I mean, if it gets your team better, then you take that risk. So, like I said, next episode we'll get a clear vision of where we're at for the lineups. But yeah. And then, guys, for the final subject today, a little bit of non-hockey talk. We will talk about the Tigers. They finally did it, but God forbid, am I still pissed. 15 and a half game lead over the Guardians. They had a 2.9% chance to make the playoffs, and we blew it. I'm all happy for us making the playoffs, but oh my God, fellas, I am beyond pissed. I will not go deep into that much because Dayton's going to yell at me for saying, oh, but they made the playoffs, so they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of it, dude. I'm genuinely sick of it. Keegan, do you got anything?
Yeah, I don't think blowing. I mean, you had like a 15 to 20 game lead on the division, and you blew it. And obviously, you're really hoping that they would win today to help their seeding. And now they got to play the Guardians. So that's.
God, I'm sick of playing the fucking
We
Guardians.
still would have
dude.
played them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's in the wild card too, so it's best of 3. So if you lose 2 games in a row, you're done. It's over. So I mean, looking at this, I mean, maybe this is a good reset that they, it's like, hey, we're playing a tougher team, but also everybody has to lock in. Obviously, last game or one of the games against Cleveland, Skubal kind of had a meltdown. You need Skubal to be at his best. You need every pitcher to be at their best. You need every first baseman, second baseman, third baseman, outfield, catcher. Everybody needs to be on every cylinder and know that this means something. You have to win, or else questions are going to be asked about, or not more so about the team.
Already been answered about management right now.
Yeah, but Scott Harris and like the direction he went at the trade deadline, obviously I don't agree with it. I think a lot of fans don't agree with it, but they need to be firing on all cylinders, and they need to show us at least some glimpse of hey, like, whatever happened towards the end of September, it happened, but we're better for it, and we're gonna hopefully go deep in the playoffs this year.
It's crazy because I was talking to my dad about a month ago. Tigers look so good. It'd be can't wait to see them in the playoffs this year. Now it's like, oh boy, can't wait for Saturday. Oh dear God.
Yeah.
That is so relatable.
It's somehow we got to this point because we were looking so damn good.
Me and Dave were kind of discussing this, but like, our team, we just have bad luck right now. Like, we've been getting these like perfect swings, yet they're outs, and especially with the runners in scoring position, it's so annoying how we have been able to do anything with like bases loaded. With 1 out, like I always gotta be on the edge of my seat because they're most likely gonna hit like a double play, and I thought Green has been struggling a little bit. He was in the 200 strikeout club this year.
Yeah, he had like one of the
Sucks.
worst like strikeout rates of the last couple of years, like however many years, but he was not great, and he's like one of your designated hitters, I think.
Yeah.
Like you just need to find a way to score runs, and whether it's stealing bases or whatever it may be, you got it. Gotta find a way. And I think they've shown that they can, but
Yeah.
they just haven't.
And also with like our bullpen, like I was really mad that Vest blew that game against the Braves. I really thought we finally had that one, but then I don't know, we just got these little ticky-tacky hits given up. And what we have to do, what we have to prepare for with the Guardians is the small ball, because literally like the Skubal game, they had like I think 3 hits off of bunts or whatever, and all of a sudden that's how they got all their runs in. So Steven Vogt's a good manager, so is AJ Hinch, but we have to outmanage that. Once again, we need to get the swings that we want, and I'm kind of a little bit happy that we're away because Comerica Park is pitchers friendly, so I'm just hoping we could get those lucky hits or whatever.
We need Kerry Carpenter to have the miracle hit that he had last year.
Oh yeah. Also, I really hope Jamali Jones is on the postseason roster. He is an elite leadoff hitter.
I also really hope that they just have an answer for how Cleveland's been playing because
Yeah.
they're right. I forgot the movie that it's called. I think it's it's like an old '90s movie. I forgot the name of it, but it I saw like a video and it was like Major League. That's what it was, and it was like I saw like like POV how the Guardians are playing right now, and it's like like how they had to go on this winning streak to make the postseason and whatnot. I'm like, that's how it feels. It just feels like a team that got hot and is unstoppable. And obviously, Tigers actually made it, which is good because they were really close to blowing it all. And I don't watch a lot. I mean, I'm not as big into baseball as I am hockey, but I watch the Tigers enough to maybe blow a fuse if they had pulled what the Twins did last year.
That's what I was worried about too, all year, and then now it happened to us. So that absolutely sucks. But we're in the position we're in, and postseason's a brand new season. I think Hinch said something like that along the lines of at the locker room celebration. So we'll see what we can do.
I'm sure it was a great celebration. They were all thrilled to be doing what they should have been doing 21 games ago.
Exactly.
I think the biggest thing as well with the Tigers for the past, I'd call it 2-3 games, honestly. Pitching, but I'm not going to talk about Chris Paddock, but pitching like Casey Mize, he looked good. Again, Scooble had that off game, but you saw the bullpen. They looked halfway decent. Like, you need that for this series. And like Zach preached, October baseball is a new season, man. Like, everything that happened the past couple of months goes out the door. You need to reset. Hinch has to get his guys back into the fold and say, listen, we had a rough go. That's in the past. You're facing a rival in the ALDS. Go out there and kick their ass, essentially. Like, you have to hit the reset button for that, and I feel like everyone's going to try and do their best to do that. But again, there's bad luck, but I would also argue it's just the fact that you need those hits, and the Tigers just did not get it, man. But I'm gonna stop whining and bitching because again, we are in the playoffs, but you still have that tiny screaming voice inside of you saying you have the division lead, man. Like, without that division, it was quite literally a 180 from how it was last year. We sucked and we made the playoffs, and this year we were so damn good, the number one team in baseball for the first quarter, and then shit the bed and fell to the last seed in the playoffs. So.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask, are any of you guys upset that they celebrated with the champagne and whatnot?
Kinda, yeah.
I honestly, I was listening to 97.1, and I absolutely hate half their takes.
I hate every take. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They are fucking terrible, dude.
Okay. Anyway, there's some of them, but it's like the Rico and Valente, whatever. Anyway, they had a take where it's like, would you be mad if they celebrated making the playoffs if they blew the division lead? And I agree. Like, I think I would be pissed. I was kind of pissed because I'm like, you guys nearly choked away your playoff hopes, and you guys are celebrating with champagne and having this speech and trying to hype us all up. Like, you guys realize that you guys had one of the worst Septembers in a hot minute. Like how could you guys?
Detroit Red Wings level collapse.
Exactly. Like it was so hilarious.
March collapse.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's worse, the Tigers collapse or Red Wings collapse V2?
I feel like that should not even be a debate, man. Like, I mean, March. You can say what you want about March, but we weren't in a playoff spot. We were fighting for one, but it's a whole new, no pun intended, it's a whole new ball game in the sense that you have the division lead in your grasps. At least be 500. The Tigers went 7-17 in the month of September. You're not doing that. You can't do that. So, no doubt in my mind, it's definitely the Tigers.
All right. So, all we need to do for March now, in regards to the Red Wings, is remove the priority patch for that month and have God be on our side and trust in McClaw.
God, we don't ask much. I know we asked for 4 Stanley Cups in 20 years, but we're asking for a little more here. Be grateful to
We're
us,
asking
please.
for postseason hockey for the first time in over a decade.
That's all we want.
Perfect for 100 100th anniversary.
If that happens, I will be buying. I don't care if it's upper bowl or like I can't even see, or if it's like even outside the arena. I will be in attendance. I will be absolutely like losing my brain cells that whole game. I don't care if I'm screaming or yelling. I will be in attendance, and I will be absolutely be freaking out every single, no matter what.
I will say I did that. Me and my dad were thinking about, like, I mentioned before, my dad used to work with one of the Michigan O-linemen's dad. Whenever he couldn't get Ohio State, Michigan tickets, he'd like camp out like right behind Yost's ice arena. And you could just vividly, like, they would sit in the softball stands. You could see the scoreboard from the big house. Like, me and my dad talked about doing that, but ultimately I would not enjoy that. I'd much rather be at the comfort of my home in the end of November watching the game. Point being, I agree with Keegan. I will do anything in my power. I will spend my entire paycheck getting a ticket to a Red Wings game. I will be doing that. But yeah, I mean, as doom and gloom as we're all talking about the Tigers, we're happy that they're in it. We're happy that we have playoffs in the city of Detroit. I feel like we're kind of being a little greedy with that, but I mean,
It was exciting last year, and I'm really excited for this year too. I think like,
first game 13-2, next game 7-0.
oh my God.
Jeez, if that's how it goes, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but
Yeah.
we're hoping for the best, man. We really are, and God forbid, please don't make it Scoople's last appearance in the Tigers jersey, man. I beg, bro. I'm gonna be clinically depressed if that's a chance. Ugh. I don't. Okay, I'm not even gonna think about that. Okay. I think that just about wraps everything up, fellas. Another successful episode of the Hockey in the 3-on-3 podcast. Appreciate you guys all coming on tonight. We do our usual Sunday night episodes that'll continue for the season. We're really excited for more episodes. It's not this week. So next week, I will be covering. I will be going to the Red Wings home opener game. Unfortunately, Keegan is not. I was really hoping he would.
I might try. I'm gonna see if I can pull some strings that game.
If you could, that would mean a lot. Me and Blicky were talking about meeting up with you, so let's
Okay.
hope that you do. But I'm so excited, man. We'll get to see the red carpet again, and I'm excited for Red Wings hockey again, man. We get to rep the new 100 jerseys. Keegan's got his Caner on.
Showtime, baby.
Beauty.
I love these jerseys, man. Honestly, I sent it to the group chat, but I'm on a roll with jerseys right now. You got the Larkin Stadium Series, the Larkin Four Nations, the Scooble jersey, the JJ jersey, and then this one. I mean, I've been on a roll lately, fellas. What can I say? But yeah, like I said, thank you guys for coming on tonight. Appreciate it a ton.
Just quickly, go Hoosiers, baby. How about them Hoosiers?
Go Broncos, baby. Broncos Racine, baby.
Big dub at Iowa, bro. Big dub.
Bro's flexing a dub at Iowa. What are we doing here? What are we doing
Hey,
here?
get Nando that Heisman, bro.
Oh my God.
Just get it.
Oh,
to him.
jeez. All right, but yeah, we're thinking of Dayton too. Hopefully, he's doing okay right now. he'll be back on next episode. As always, guys, go follow Thrash's YouTube channel. We always appreciate
Instagram, and Twitch as well.
anything.
This is my pod. Why are you doing mine? No, it's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
I should be doing
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
you should-
Lord Thrash. Lord Thrash. We
You should
apologize.
be shameless plugging us then, Thrash, if it's your podcast.
Good point. All right,
Yeah, let's
you
do it.
guys only follow my stuff. Forget it.
No, like,
But yeah, we love having Thrash on. We're excited that he's a member for our podcast. Makes it a whole better level for this. So
We love it. We enjoy
Yeah.
your
That's what I.
the
Exactly.
I'm blanking
the
on words.
following.
No, the
Yeah, you love my viewers. I get it. Like you
No,
guys-
no,
Zach,
it's the
you jackass, Zach. Oh my God.
yeah,
Ugh.
just a lot of upbeat energy and just a
We
lot of
needed it.
funny moments and we really do enjoy the just all around the talk about wings.
Give it 2 weeks into the season, and we'll see how the team's doing. We'll see if I'm still.
Oh, God.
Dude,
That's the
we're
realest.
0-5. What the fuck is happening, dude?
Sell the
It'll be a
team,
whole
Chris
new
Illich,
vibe.
you absolute bum. And then-
Fire Eiserman. Get him out of here. God, I can't wait, guys. All right, fellas. Well, that'll wrap it up for episode 18 of the Hockey in the 3-on-3 podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brian, joined by Keegan, Thrash, and Zach. With that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next episode. And And above all, let's go Red Wings, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your night.